Guys, it's your girl Anita Rivers of Classic Royalty and welcome back to my channel. This video, as you guys can see from the title, is going to be about wedding gown prices, and it's also going to be a Q&A. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of the same questions, so I'm going to try to answer them to the best of my ability. Some of them are simple, some of them may not be so simple. I have a lot of questions here, so please bear with me. First question is, how many yards of horsehair braid is needed to finish the bottom of a mermaid skirt, and what width? So typically when I use a gown like this, for example, I normally don't buy yardage. I normally buy the bolt, and a bolt of horsehair comes in 52 yards. So that's normally what I get, because normally, depending on what kind of train you're gonna do, you really don't know how many yards of horsehair to buy. So I think the smart thing to do is just buy the entire bolt. And I'll always use between 2 to 3 inches of horsehair, which is like the width. Next question is, besides tulle, satin, taffeta, and lace, what fabrics are best to be used for fabric for wedding gowns? Now, this question is typically, it depends on what kind of designer you are. Like normally you guys know that I love to use neoprene, and as you guys can see behind me in this gown, this is a wedding gown and I've used neoprene. So neoprene has been used a lot in bridal. I know Ryan Walter used a lot of neoprene in his bridal collection. So it really depends on who you are as a designer, and it also depends on the client's budget, and it also depends on just the occasion. Next is, how do you price wedding attire for plus size? Now for me, plus size, whether it's prom, a custom, or bridal, you guys need a starting price. Doesn't matter the height, doesn't matter the client's size. If your client is a size 22 and she asks me, what does your wedding gown start at? I'm going to tell her my wedding gown start at $1,200. Simple. And based on your size and based on the silhouette and based on the fabric you want, that's when you start to increase your prices depending on all of those things. When do you draw up a sketch and decide on the fabric, before or after an appointment? I have my clients come to me, we sit down, and then I sketch out their idea, whether it's something that they wanted, whether it's something that I have in mind, when I see their body type, when I see their skin complexion, and then we go ahead and we sketch up something together. And then based off the sketch, that's when I go ahead and show them the samples. So it's always best to actually sketch while you're with the client or before your client actually comes for a consultation. Sketch a few ideas, and then when she comes, you can always tell her she can mix and match and pull from each design to make the consultation go quicker. Next is, do you always have to hand bead wedding gowns? The answer to that question is no, because as you guys can see behind me, all these stones here, they're not sewn on. These are all hand placed one by one using the E6000 glue and using Swarovski crystals. If you guys haven't seen my how to glue on stones video, go ahead and watch that. And that video will help you achieve this look. I show you guys how to use the mesh, and I show you guys how to glue on the stones. How do you respond to someone who asks for prices? Now, I know a lot of you guys who follow me on my Facebook sewing group, you guys know that I have a layout, a custom wedding and prom layout. So every layout is basically similar, except for some of the questions are a bit different. So in the prom layout, I may ask you, when is your prom? What's the theme of your prom? What's your school colors? Opposed to if this is your wedding, when's your wedding? Is it a destination wedding? What's the colors for your wedding? How long do you want your train? Also opposed to if it's custom, when is your birthday? Is it at a club? Or are you going to a dinner? You as the designer, you need to know these things, and by your client answering those questions, that can also help you determine what you want to create for your client. So guys, you must take the time to sit down and write up a layout. Hello, my name is so-and-so, my brand is so-and-so, maybe a picture of your brand, and then maybe you could ask your client a couple of questions. Full name, where are you located, what's the occasion, are you able to travel, what's your size, what color, please send the picture. If you have any questions, my starting prices, whatever. And if you have any questions, please call me, please email me between this time and this time. Email is below. If you haven't seen my work, go to my Instagram, something like that. So you guys, if you don't have that, mix something up, very clean and simple, so your clients can just read, they can know how you operate, and that will also show them that you're very professional. What are the best fabric choices for wedding gowns? Now that question again depends on the client. It depends on where the event is. It depends on your client's budget. So for this client, she's having a big wedding and she knew exactly what she wanted, and I'm making exactly what she wanted, but me and her collaborated on the silhouette, the style, and I helped her with the iridescent stones. So I know exactly what she wants it. But for fabric, it really depends. You can use anything. You can use taffeta, you can use neoprene, you can use satin, you can use crepe de chine, you can use chiffon, you can use polyester, you can use, you know, just, I don't know, suiting fabric if you want to wear a suit. You don't necessarily have to wear a gown. It really depends on the client, the location, and the designer. For someone that desires to do wedding gowns, what are the simplest gown silhouettes to start with? I think the most simple silhouettes to start with is actually a mermaid gown, because it's also using your basic patterns, your basic bodice, your basic skirt, and your basic mermaid skirt. And just by having those three patterns alone, you can make anything. And if you want to go ahead a step further, get you a basic sleeve pattern. If you guys haven't watched my 8 basic sleeve pattern videos, go ahead and watch that. I explain to you guys these are the 8 basic patterns you will need to create anything you guys want to create. Go ahead and watch that. And again, for a simple silhouette wedding gown, you guys will need basic bodice, basic skirt, and basic circle skirt. What is the starting price for a wedding gown, and what is the starting price for bridesmaids dresses? So this question depends on, again, your location, your ability to see how good your construction is. Everyone's bridal starting price is different. If you have no idea where to start, go to David's Bridal, go to Kleinfeld's, go to any of your local bridal salons, pretend to be a bride, and just ask questions. Try on dresses if you want to, but you guys need to actually be in the midst of things to see how things are run. Now, unfortunately, I work in a bridal salon, so I get more insight on how to charge my clients. But for me, my bridal garments start at $12.50, and that's starting at $12.50 with my fabric included. So it can go up to $12.50, $13, you know, $14, just depending on, again, you know, the lace, the handwork, the fabric, when her wedding is she coming to pick it up, how long her train is, the fabric, etc. So all of that makes a difference in the price. What is the starting price for bridesmaids dresses? So how I would do that is bridesmaids dresses, you can actually use that as custom. So I have, for those of you who follow me, who watch my videos, I have 3 set prices. There's custom, there's wedding, and there's prom. So I think bridesmaids will also go under custom, since it's not really wedding. If you guys understand, wedding is normally reception and bridal. So for bridesmaids dresses or flower girls or whatever it is, it will go under custom, and my custom starts at $3.50. That's me. You guys gotta find a comfortable price for your area, for your construction, and for where you're comfortable with charging people. So you guys gotta figure that out on your own. Next question is, should there always be a consultation fee? And to answer your question is yes, because you will have people emailing you saying, I'm going to come on Sunday, and Sunday gets here and they don't come. So the best thing for you guys to do, if a client is really serious about coming to you for a consultation and coming to you for a wedding, prom, or a birthday dress, whatever it is, tell your client, in order for you to actually book them for a consultation, they must send a $25, a $50, or a $65 consultation fee, which is non-refundable, and it's up to you if you want that cost to go within their final cost of their garment or it doesn't. I charge $50 for a consultation fee, and that price does not go within their garment price, because I've had clients who say, yeah, I'm gonna come, they send the consultation fee, and then I call them and they don't come. So I just made $50 because you're not wasting my time. I'm not sitting here waiting an hour for you, so you just paid me an hour just to wait for you for nothing. That's why it's non-refundable. So make sure you guys have that in your layout, and make sure you guys put that in your contracts. So consultation fees are non-refundable, and you can also have it a part of your garment or not a part of your garment. That is up to you guys. Should you charge to search for fabric? The question is no, because again, I've told you guys many of times, whenever you go to the city, whenever you go to your garment district, make sure you get your scissors and just cut samples. Whenever you make anything for your collection or for you, make sure you cut a 2x2 sample and put it in the bag. So that way when your client comes and see you, you can just show them samples. You know, this may not be the color, but this is the texture of the fabric, or this may be the weight, or this is all I have to show you right now. For example, this is what a neoprene is. Oh, but you want it in burgundy? For sure. So let me just show you the sample of the weight, and when I go to the store next weekend or next week, I'll see if they have burgundy. That's how you do it. Never, ever, ever go anywhere without money in hand from a client. Don't waste your time. Don't stress out. Always have samples at home. This goes into the next question. Oh my God, my friends are like texting me. Should you buy materials after they pay a deposit or use your own money?
Really? Like really?
If they don't pay you, you gotta go into your own pocket and spend your own money on fabric. You're not even sure if they're gonna like come back and get the dress. Like, no. So this is what I do. My client comes in, they pay me in full, and when they pay me in full, the amount that they give me covers everything. The fabric, my labor, the construction, and my profit. And that is it. So, or what you can do if you guys like this idea, you can have your clients pay whatever the half of the garment is, and then a week from the consultation, they need to pay that final balance, or a month before the pickup date, they must pay you the final balance. No money should be given to you during the pickup, because there have been many issues that I've seen on Facebook, seen on Twitter, seen on Instagram, where the client comes to the consultation, where the client comes to the pickup, they hate their dress and they don't want to pay, and now you're just like wasted all that time. So this is why you guys should also have contracts. Watch my contract video. This is why you guys should also take full amount during the first consultation and have information on why you're taking the full consultation fee during the consultation. This is just how it works for me. It's been working for me, and depending on where you live and how your Instagram and Facebook is, your clients need to see that the money that they're giving you is going into good hands. So, for that being said, be smart. Get the money in full. Then you go buy the fabric. No money should be coming out of your pocket. Next question is, when you sew mesh or sheer materials, which is like this one right here, normally when I do a mesh fabric like this, as you guys can see my side right here, there's actually white elastic bias tape. So for those of you who follow me again on YouTube, you guys know that I'm a die-hard fan of satin elastic bias tape. It's the best thing ever. It gives you a clean finish, and this is just something that I like to do. If you don't like to do it, if you don't like using it, don't quote me. Another thing you can do is actually fold over your elastic twice. Fold over your mesh twice. So do a little fold over, then top stitch, and then fold over again and top stitch. But from working at a bridal salon, I've heard that clients, when they actually wear a mesh, it may leave like a red mark. It may irritate the client. And with the satin elastic bias tape, it really doesn't bother the client as much. So it's really optional. So you have satin elastic bias tape, you have regular bias tape, and you have fold over, top stitch twice. You can do that. It's up to you. Let me know which one works for you. Leave it below in the comments. Now, my last question is, if your price for a wedding dress starts at $1,200, when your client describes what they want, how do you describe or how do you decide what to charge? So typically what I do, like I said, I have a layout for all of my custom, for my wedding and for my prom. And I ask them a few questions. You know, where do you live? What silhouette do you want? What color? How long do you want your train? When is the event? And like, what is your size? So based off just like 5 or 6 questions, and based on the picture that the client sends me, yes, I ask for one picture, front and the back, of what you want, and based off of that picture, I can get an estimate of what I'm willing to charge. So my client, she sent me a picture of a top half of a dress, and she sent me a picture of a bottom half of a dress, and then together I envisioned it, and it became this. When she came here, we sketched it out. But before she even came here, based on what she gave me via email, I gave her a price. I told her when she comes, the full amount is due. She came to me, full amount was paid. The next day, I'm to go buy the fabric, and this is the dress. But anyway, yes, that's how you should do it. So your prices should always be based off of fabric. It should always be based off of height, size, measurement. If she wants beaded lace opposed to a basic lace, if she wants glued on stones opposed to, actual hand beaded stones, how long she wants her train, what fabric she wants her train, just all of that in general. You should just have an estimate in your head of how much it should cost. If you're unsure, go ahead and Google something similar to what your bride wants, and then see if it matches up. Are you willing to do this dress for $1,200? Would you do it for $1,000? Would you do it for $13, $14? You may think it may charge more, and you may want to charge more. You may think it should be up here, and in reality, you may charge a little bit less because you may want to get something else made. You really don't know. So always have your options open. Always think smart, and always think that you are a fashion designer, and that, dealing with brides is very difficult. This is a very special, important time in their life, and they want everything to be perfect. So with that also being said, when it comes to clients in wedding season, don't be overwhelmed and don't stress. This is a typical dress. And by me saying typical, not boring, not simple. This is a regular dress. And just because it's white doesn't mean anything. This can be a prom dress. This can be somebody's wedding dress. This can be somebody's 50th anniversary dress. A dress, is what I'm trying to say. But the only difference is when it comes to brides, pay a little bit more attention to her posture. Make sure you give her a little bit more bling, and just treat her a little bit different, but the dress for all occasions are really the same. Wedding gowns are every kind of gown. It's just that wedding gowns are just in white. Think about it like that, and it may help you too. So again, this is a short video on wedding gowns, pricing, and Q&A. If you guys have any questions about pricing as well, fabrics, where to buy your fabrics from, there's a list below in the description box of where I shop personally for all my fabrics. Go ahead and check that out. And if you have any questions about this dress, go ahead and leave them below in the comments, or check out my other video above. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.